because I would never tell, I work with women. I would never tell a woman to walk through that in the same frame of mind I was in when I did it.
And when you say that, but what frame of mind was that? What do you mean by that in particular?
I was very, very hurt. I was very angry. And I remember like when I made like the decision, I was like hysterically crying on the phone with my attorney. That was not the person I should have been on the phone with when, like, that's a whole nother conversation. But anyway, I was hysterically crying. And I was not in any position to make that decision. I was extremely emotionally intoxicated. We can be intoxicated with our emotions.
Are you now in the spirit of potentially even being able to rekindle a relationship, like rekindle that relationship? Is your spirit in that place, or could it ever go back to that place?
It's loaded because of the fact that there's been so much that's happened, like there's been so much that's occurred. Okay. He's my daughter's father. So I would say this. I would say that if we were both going to show up and we were both going to fight for it equally and sacrifice equally, like, things that I needed and, things that, he needed. I wasn't perfect. Come on.
Yeah.
Your girl ain't perfect. So I would say that if we were both willing to fight and we were both willing to do certain things, and yes, and I'm one that's very much emotionally led. I feel very
being
strongly
able to rekindle
a relationship, that kind of person, very passionate.
Rekindle that relationship. Is your spirit in that place, or
I would never tell somebody? It's loaded because to make that decision. There's been so much that's happened. When they're like there's been so much that's occurred. But, okay. Of course, I wasn't talking to someone that genuinely would be my daughter's father for marriage. I would say for reconciliation. And that's not no slight to my going to show up and we were both going to fight for
no,
it.
The
current not sacrifice. Yeah, it has nothing. There's no slight to that. Not the friends, like, but I was on the phone. Things that I needed. Yeah. And so it was something that was being said to me that needed. I wasn't hurt me at that time. And that so at that time, I would say I was on the phone and I made that decision. I was willing to. I was do certain things, livid. Yes, and when you get lawyers involved, and there was a therapist that was speaking to both me and him, a marital therapist at the time. That when I told him my decision, he was like, when you get lawyers involved, it gets ugly. He told me that, and I didn't even realize. I don't think I even realized how ugly it would get, and like I said, if I could walk back in time, sometimes I battle with myself about that. But at that time, I thought I was doing the right thing or the best thing. I didn't know how ugly it could get. And I know a lot of women, we make that decision and we're so hurt and angry. And then 5-6 months later, you're not that angry anymore. Like, oh, this kind of like still care about him. I kind of still have these feelings for him. Now, the truth about the matter is that if I had different people in my ear at that time, I would not have made that decision. No.
Wow.
I wouldn't. And that's the truth. I try my very best at this point in my life to be what I didn't have in that moment. Because I think that women were like, I'm an extremely emotional person. People that know me know that about me. I'm the kind of person that like, okay, I feel so strong, and I can ruminate. I can get so lost in my thoughts. I know a lot of women are like that. Like not all of us, right? But some of us are. Just like a lot of men can be like that. But I know women specifically, there will be moments where they'll be like, I'm ready to be done. I'm ready to be done. I can't stand this. He don't do this. He don't do that. Blah, blah, blah.
All right. Hold on. Look, man, I was not going to respond to this video of my ex that's now gone viral. She is loving it. Congratulations, you went viral again over something else that you said, because you're trying to build up your YouTube page and get your followers up. Listen, man, listen. If you had people in your ear that influenced you into leaving your husband and your 1-year-old child, your innocent 1-year-old child. We both were divorcee kids, grew up in toxic environments, torn in between our old family, new family, stepfather, stepmother. That's a life that we both lived. And you packed up a 1-year-old, put a COVID mask on top of the Ring cameras, and I was literally in an airplane on my way home to fight for my marriage and my family. You're heartless. None of your friends recognize you. This is all about money. If you had friends in your ear, you're lying, you're gaslighting, you're playing. The only person that was in your ear was your mama. Her name is Patricia Randolph. You didn't have people in your ear. The amount of people that was supposedly in your ear, you also had a whole lot of people like Aventer Gray, Taffy Dollar, Creflo Dollar's wife, who married us. You had a whole lot of people in your ear telling you that you're about to do something stupid, impulsive, and y'all are actually not going through anything that would make you want to leave your husband. Let's go even further. When Aventer Gray and Pastor John Gray were having their own marital issues at the time, you arranged a therapy session with Aventer Gray at our house. And when she walked out of her therapy session, she walked into the foyer where the Bumblebee is, and there was 50 boxes with like 7 or 8 people there packing up all to leave the house. And I was in an airplane on my way home to try and fight and save our marriage. So if you had people in your ear at the time, they must be still in your ear, because you're still trying to get $20,000 a month for a 5-year-old. You make $160,000 a year on your own. This is all a game. You're clout chasing. You're something that I don't even know. A simple woman, not into materialistic things, don't care about fame and mansions and popularity. You're everything that you told me and all of your friends and loved ones that you wasn't. If you wanted to be famous, boo-boo, that's all you had to say. You didn't have to play this game that you wasn't. Now you out here playing on single mothers and their emotions, playing on women that are actually in abusive relationships and marriages that are toxic and dark and dysfunctional. That's not what that was. You think I would have a song entitled "I Don't Think You Ever Loved Me" if I didn't really feel that way? You think I would have a song out called "Love Transaction" if I didn't realize that it was never love, it was just a transaction? This shit is money.
Yo, this crazy. So Tyrese, he responded back to his ex-wife. She on the internet talking about how she listened to her friends and she was listening to the wrong people, talking to her attorneys. She moved off her emotion. She should have thought logical, but she moved too fast and ended up leaving him. And Tyrese is speaking on how he found out was he was coming home on an airplane trying to fight for his family. He found out she putting COVID masks on the cameras so he can't even see what's going on. Like, bro, she cold for that. She is cold for that. Talking about she was listening to the wrong people. Tyrese like, nah, bitch, you just worrying about the money. If you was listening to the wrong people, the same people still in your goddamn ear. Because why is you looking for $20,000 a month? Like $20,000 a month. Do you know how much money that is? That's over $100K a year for a 5-year-old. And he said she'd make over $160K a year. I'm like, what the hell you need my money for? Bruh, this is what happened when you move fast with a girl and marry her just because she looked good. Now, from what I was like reading between both of them, I think from the time they met from the time they married, it won't that much long. Like, it won't that much time in between. But I know celebrities, they get in love quick. They travel the world together because they got money, and then, bam, you married. Fast forward, y'all divorced less than 5 years later. That shit crazy. Because Tyrese, he been balling for a long time. The Fast and Furious franchise, Transformers, his other movies, like, he been balling for a long time. So it's not surprising that she coming for him for his money, but he just need to move on. Like, he got him a girl now. Fight the $20,000 in court, because that's way too much money. I say for one child, they don't need more than $5,000 a month for clothing, school, food, all that other shit is for the mama, for the greedy ass mama. So you better fight that shit in court and just move on. Like, you got a girl and you still rich. What y'all think about this, boy?